Hello, Ashe, Namaste, Aloha. Welcome to Astro News Live, where we're bringing you the latest in astrological news for the month of October. And it's good to see you all. Come in, and let's get started with our Astro News. We have a big month this month because all the big planets such as Jupiter and Pluto and Saturn and then Mercury, it's a little planet, they're going to go direct finally. So we are very, very lucky at this point to have some momentum. Hi there, welcome. So we're lucky to have these big planets finally going direct. We have, hi Katie, welcome. Hi Kathy, welcome. Aho. Rita, hello Rita, good to see you. I was just saying that the big planets are finally moving direct. Didn't you feel that like we're in a pressure cooker all summer, like nothing was going on? Thank you, Kathy. Nothing was going on, no momentum all summer, and I guess that's what summers are like. I love you too. And so now mid-month, we are going to have these planets finally going direct. Thank God. So let's get into the news, and we don't have as much to report, but you know we like our news better because we use the sun, the planets, and the stars as our reporters, and there's nothing more accurate than that. Okay, let's start with the Capricorn and Capricorn rising. All your momentum and all your drive, Capricorns, and I know that Kathy's a Capricorn, all your momentum and drive, because you have not only the sun in Libra, which is partnerships, fairness, it's legal situations, but you have the sun, the new moon, you have Mercury, and you have Mars all moving through Libra this month. So in partnerships, there could bring some legal situations. The sun in Libra will stay until the 22nd, and then it will move on to Scorpio. But as the sun is in Libra, it shines light on anything that Libra holds, partnerships. It could also be legal matters and fairness to others. It's a very friendly planet, sign, sorry. And the new moon, we just had that yesterday. So that kind of put a light on all this promise of maybe people being kinder to each other, people bringing new hope into partnerships and relationships. Now it's going to be in your 10th house of career. So you will be looking at that as your 10th house. And the 10th house is also bringing light to it would be partnerships in business. Maybe you're starting a business with a partner. It might be your partner that you're married to or with in a relational situation, starting a business. It's also who you are to the world. It's your reputation. It also rules a father. Maybe some of you Capricorns, being the good Capricorns that you are, maybe you're taking care of your father at a later age. It can be all that. The Mercury will also be in there, in that Libra, in your 10th house. Mercury is what you focus on, what you communicate with. Again, partnership. And it is going retrograde right now. So retrograde, it's going backwards, so it doesn't do anybody a darn thing when it goes backwards, like all the planets did all summer. But Mercury retrograde will be until the 13th of this month. Then it will go direct, so you'll feel that, no more breaking down of machinery and computers and technology and communication. But it still doesn't get back to where it turned around until the beginning of November. So that could bring a lot of friction in career and partners in career. Or if you're just partnering with your, married spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend, it can bring a little tension in the communication department. I even heard of today doing a reading for someone. Their computer got hacked, and it employed the use of the computer that where the husband and wife both could not use their computers. So there you see where that can bring problems with that Mercury retrograde. Hi, Judy. Glad you could make it. And Beverly, I hope you made it. And the Mars in Libra, Mars is the rebellious one. Mars is the fighter. And so Mars in Libra, again, can bring in some tension in the Capricorn's 10th house. And it would be, again, your career and who you are in the world, your reputation. Now, Venus will be in Sag on October 7th through November 15th. And Sag for the Capricorn will be in your 12th house. So you may be doing a lot by yourself. You might be doing a lot alone. It emphasizes partnerships where maybe your partner isn't present a lot. So that's going to start again on the 7th. And Venus is also money and love and what creation. Maybe you just want to do some things that are by yourself. Maybe create some things by yourself, or maybe you start a new bank account by yourself. Hi Beverly, glad you made it. And then the Pluto is still in Capricorn until the spring of 2024. It's taken such a long time. It started in 2008, and it will be 17 years for that poor Capricorn to endure all that Plutonian energy. But you will be a different person, I guarantee you, when the spring of 24 comes, and your whole life will be different. It'll be much better than it was in 2008. So if you haven't seen much of a change in your life, it's coming. So just know that spring of 24 is a very special time for Capricorns and Cancers and Libras and also Arians, because that makes the square of Pluto. So they were all affected for the last 15 years by Pluto. All right, let's get to Aquarius and Aquarius rising. Your ruler is Uranus, and right now it's in Taurus, so that means unexpected things in the home, moves, a lot of moves, maybe a lot of pregnancies right now, and a lot of technological learning. You might be learning new programs on the computer or doing a lot of classes on Zoom. All right, so for Aquarius, again, you have the sun, the new moon, which was yesterday, the new promise of the moon, the Mercury, and you have Mars, all in Libra. That's partnership house. And for you, it's going to shine light, Aquarians, on your 9th house of long distance travel. It's also long distance business. It can be learning classes at a distance, maybe doing things on Zoom, publishing a book. It can also be a marriage house, but it would be the second marriage house. And the sun shines light on all of this until the 22nd, and then the sun will move into Scorpio, and that will be in the 10th house of Aquarian's career. So that could bring up, like I say, a lot of matters of travel and long distance range goals. It's also high philosophy, so you may be thinking of starting a new philosophy or reading more in spirituality. Now, the Mercury is going retrograde. That's the communication planet. So that could foul up from the end of September to the mid of this month. It could foul up a little communication. It could foul up travel plans. I've already seen that happen with some of my clients. It could foul up, anything of the ninth house. Like I just explained, it would be, again, publishing, writing, your second marriage, anything at a distance. You'd have to reschedule your plans during this time. And Mars is the rebellious planet, the ambitious planet, the planet that moves us all. And it's in Libra, again, in partnerships in the ninth. So you might be corresponding or communicating with a partner.
Kagya real number.
And it may also, sorry for that, it may also bring, matters to light with your ambitions at a deeper level, at a long distance level. Now, Venus is in Sag. Venus is what we desire, our money, our love. It's in your 11th house, Aquarians. That's about friends and long distance goals, your hopes, wishes, and dreams for the future. So again, that Venus is going to be in there from October 7th to November 5th. So that's a nice transit, and it's where your money is. So the money part, you could be starting a new business with friends. You could start a new business in your community or have something to do that benefits the community. And the Jupiter is still in Aquarius, but it moves into Pisces in January, and it will go until June. So that's a long transit for the Pisceans and the Virgos. They will get the most benefit, but for the Aquarians, that will hit you in your first house of personal affairs. Good luck with that. I would be playing the Powerball between January and June. And your full moon is hitting on the 22nd in Aries. That's going to affect the Arians and Libras. It will be anything that you wish for and hope for. It will come to fruition. And that will be on the 22nd in your third house of communications and environment and siblings. So that looks pretty good for the Aquarian. For the Piscean, we have, I know Bev is a Piscean, and Katie is a Piscean. Don't know who else is, but let's see. Hi, Rick. Bobby, hi Mud. Welcome. Aho. All right. For the Piscean, your Jupiter is going to be in Pisces. I just told you that. But your Sun, your new moon in Libra, and Sun in Libra, Mercury is in Libra, and your Mars is in Libra. Okay, so that's a lot of activity in Libra and partnerships and legal situations, but that's all going to work in your 8th house of real estate, joint resources, banking, anything to do with money, money situations that you share with somebody else. So it could be business transactions also. The sun will be shining its light in that activity until the 22nd. Then it will move into Scorpio in your 9th. So that could be bringing you to work in a foreign soil or at a distance, or money matters at a distance also. The new moon was yesterday, so that's the promise that we hold all month, that we want to come into fruition. Yours will have a lot to do with money. And the Mercury Retro is going on now until the 13th, but it really is going on until November because that's where it will turn around. And so that Mercury Retro could delay some things as far as your banking or real estate if you're trying to find a house or trying to sell a house. it could, mess that up a little bit until about the 13th on. But it does go direct then, so things should iron out. Any snag you have right now, it should be ironed out by then. Mars is the rebellious planet, the activity planet. Let's go, let's move. It can sometimes be a little pushy, but it is in, again, your 8th house. So it's pushing matters to the hilt with finances. So it should be very, very good after this Mercury retrograde. It would be important. It could bring up disagreements with money, but if it does, you will see the light of it by that retro turnaround. Venus is what we put our money value into. We also create with Venus, and we find love with Venus. So for the Pisces, it will be in your 10th house of career, or who you are in the world. It could also be a father. But the thing is that should promote, that could bring a promotion or a raise in your business. That could very well find a love at work. If you don't have somebody now, you could find a partnership at work or around that area. And that's going to be there till October 7th to November 15th. So that's a nice run of Venus in Sag. And by the way, the whole world will seem a lot happier with this Venus in Sag. I don't know, it's been in Scorpio, and Scorpio is a little dark and a little unassuming, and it likes to hide. It doesn't really want to come out. But on the 7th, you will feel like, yay, I want to get out. I want to do some things. I want to have some fun. And you may also enlist in traveling. And you could, for the Piscean, travel with business. The Jupiter will be in your sign until January till next June. So you're going to have a very good run with money matters. You could get more money. You could set new goals with money. I would be playing the Powerball that whole 6 months if I were you. And then the full moon is going to be in Aries. Aries is starting new beginnings, and that will be in your 12th house. You'll start your new beginnings by yourself. You don't need anybody else. That could be starting a new business, starting a partnership with another company or firm, but you're going to do it primarily alone. And that's when that full moon brings everything that you wished for on the new moon yesterday to fruition. So put out your desires, your hopes and dreams, and see what happens on the 22nd. All right, for Aries and Aries rising, all the Libra planets are going to be opposing your sign. Libra, you're going to have the new moon in Libra. You're going to have the sun in Libra, Mercury in retro right now in Libra, and Mars in Libra. That's a lot of activity in Libra. And you're going to get the opposition of it. So it's almost like you're getting the same energy, as much energy as the Librians are. You're going to feel a lot of that. So your sun, all your activity this month is going to be in your 7th house of partnership, and that's also Libra. So it's a double whammy of partnership. It's like, I want to be in a partnership, and your sun is in Libra until the 22nd. Then it goes into Scorpio in 8th. So by that time, you might be ironing out some kind of plan with your honey in order to save business or start a business or save money together, put money together. We had the new moon yesterday in Libra. The Mercury, which is a communication planet, is going retro right now. That means going backwards. So it means that you are, some of your communication with your partnership might not be cutting to the chase. It might be like you're not on the same page with your partner until the 13th. And then after that, it should iron out. It could be new diplomatic ways of dealing with your partner. Maybe the old ways weren't working. Mars, that is your ruler, Aries, that will be in Libra in your partnership house. That could be that could trigger some arguments or battle with Mercury about discussions, but just try to keep the lid on that. It doesn't have to happen if you know about it, and you can, keep the lid on it. The Venus in Sag. Venus is love and money for you, and it will be in your 9th house of long distance affairs, travel. You might be wanting to travel to see your honey. It could be arranging travel. It could be also a long distance philosophy and creativity. Maybe you're taking a class on Zoom and you're learning some new things. And also you could be taking classes at a distance to gear up for making a new business or making a new way of making money. So the 9th house is very important, especially for long distance goals. Your Jupiter for the Aries is in your is going to be in Pisces in January to June. It is right now in Aquarius. So that's good luck with friends and things like that. But it will be in Pisces for that long run between January and June. And for you, Aries, it will mean good luck with money also. So the full moon on the 22nd is the fruition of our new moon. What the new moon started on yesterday, the 6th, will be in completion on the 22nd. So for the Arian, it will be in your 1st house of the self, doing for yourself and putting things in order in your personal life. All right, Taurus and Taurus rising. Let me look into the thing here. Okay, Taurus and Taurus rising, you're ruled by Venus, so that Venus is very important to you. So the Sun in Libra, and all that action in Libra, partnerships, new moon, Mercury in retro, and Mars, that's a lot of activity, is all in your 6th house of career, everyday occurrences, getting things done with your health regime. It can also rule women's health, and animals, pets. So that's where the light is shining this month in highlighting for you. We had that new moon yesterday. It's the 6th house of the same, and that Mercury goes retro in Libra, in partnerships, in your everyday affairs. That could also be health, so maybe your partner has health problems that you're trying to work out, or maybe you are yourself needing help from your partner with health problems. So it can mean all that. Now, Venus is important to you, Taurians, because you're ruled by Venus. So the Venus will be in your 8th house in Sag. So that's friends and sharing money with partners in friendships. So maybe you're working on a house, building a house with a friend. Maybe you're working on a friend's house, trying to sell a friend's house. Maybe doing some real estate with a friend. That could also be travel. Maybe you have to travel to do that. Maybe you want to sell a house of a parent, and you have to travel to get to that house to sell it. That can be all that. So the 8th house is all about sharing resources and doing a lot of things with banking and real estate matters. Your Jupiter will be in the 10th house of career. So that kind of fits with everything that I'm telling you, because, it takes that joint resource or banking or know-how to put together a business. And then you have that Jupiter sailing, going to sail through the 10th house of work and related items such as your reputation. Your reputation could grow with Jupiter, and especially when it goes into Pisces. That will be great till next June. And then that full moon for you, Taurians, will hit in your 12th house. If I want to be alone, that's a shadow house. Maybe you just feel like, and it's an Aries, so it's beginning new things, beginning new projects, but you're doing it by yourself. Okay, I think the Pisceans had that too. So the Gemini and Gemini rising, Mercury rules your sign, so you want to pay attention to where this Mercury Retro is going to be in your chart, because it affects you, Geminis, and the Virgos more than any other sign. All right, so the Sun puts a focus on what we are going to focus on all month for the month of October. That Sun, the new moon, Mars, and Mercury will all be in your 5th house. The 5th house is all about recreation, love, romance, children, activities, sports. Let's have fun. You know, it's great to have. I'd like that in mine, wouldn't you, Kathy? The Libra is partnership, so you could come into a partnership of romance. If you have a honey, you certainly could be doing more recreation with your honey, having fun, maybe sharing children together, maybe doing sports together and recreation. But that Mercury affects you more than any other sign. So again, it's going to go retro until the 13th. So that's running havoc with communications and technology and things like that. So if you, with your communication, you could get a little, you know, short with your honey or your partner. You could get a little short with maybe with your communications with kids, you know, something like that. So if you do, you know, it'll iron out after the 13th, so don't worry about it. That Mars, that is rebellious and sometimes arrogant, but likes to push, it's going to be in your 5th house. That's very good if you're going to do sports and recreation. It gives you the get up and the go and the energy to pull it off. So that's very, very good for the Gemini. The Venus in Scorpio, Venus is where you put your desire, your love, interest, and money. That'll be in your partnership house. So you will be sharing that Venus in Scorpio. I'm sorry, it's not in Scorpio, it's in Sag. It's friendly. That might be taking trips with your honey to, you know, to travel and to do more fun. That kind of coincides with your 5th house of children and romance and fun and sports. So your Venus, you could, if you don't have someone, you could meet someone traveling. You could meet someone with friends, in a group of friends. You could meet someone with any community affairs, you know, it rules that too. Your Jupiter for the Gemini is in your 9th house. It's in Aquarius right now. It will move to your 10th house when it goes into Pisces. And that could be lots of money in your career. So for the Gemini, it really, really looks very, very good. You're just having a little bit more problematic tension with the Mercury. It could be solved again by the time Mercury goes direct, which is the 13th. Now we're going to go into Cancer and Cancer rising, which is ruled by the moon. And for the Cancer, and I'm sorry for the Cancers, I skipped it last month by accident. I didn't mean to, but we got it in this month. For October, you've got the Sun, the new moon, Mercury, and Mars all in Libra. That's all partnership. But it will be in your 4th house of family and home. So it's going to shed light on affairs of your family, the home. It could be your partnership in the home. Maybe you guys want to move. Maybe you're putting your house up for sale in partnership. It could be maybe visiting with your family more this month. That new moon shone its light with promise of new beginnings yesterday. And Mercury is going retro right now, backwards. It doesn't do a darn thing for communications, but it's in your 4th house of family, so you could get a little irritated with your family right now, but by the 13th it should all iron out. Mars can be irritability. It's started at the end of September. It'll go until the end of October. It'll be a lot of activity, and could bring in a major romance in your life for the Cancer. Maybe it already has, so good for you. But it could be even around the home. Maybe you're taking a walk around your vicinity of the home. It could be a neighbor. So that's a possibility too. So your Venus, that brings in pleasure and creativity and love and romance. The Venus is in Sag, and that's a friendly Venus. It's happy-go-lucky. It's wonderfully natured. It's about travel. I want to travel. I want to go. I want to have fun. And for you, Cancerines, it's going to be in your 6th house of career and health. For women, especially health, and your animals, your pets, and health and career. So you could meet somebody if you don't have honey in your career. If you do, you also could meet somebody in a hospital or at the doctor's office sitting in the waiting room. That's happened on this transit. I know it's funny, but it does happen. And that will be the 7th to the 5th, to November 15th, that you'll have that Venus in Sag for the Cancers. Your Jupiter is in Aquarius right now until December. It's going to make a change for you in January till June of next year in Pisces, and it will be in your 10th house of career. That will be making a lot of money between January and June, so you want to play that Powerball. And I would tell the whole world to play the Powerball between January and June. It's going to be a great run, and you got a preview this year of it. It did 2 months in May and June, so if you can think back what was going on between May and June, you can figure out how that 6 months might be for you. The full moon will be on the 22nd in Aries. It will oppose Libra. But for you, Arian, it will be in your 8th house of joint resources and real estate. So again, that kind of goes with everything with your 4th house. If you are selling a house with your partnership in Libra, Libra does rule lawyer and law contractions and contracts, so it can be about that too. Leos and Leo rising, you're ruled by the sun. Right now you have Saturn and Jupiter opposing your sign. That's a lot of work for the Leo, work. However, that Jupiter is very favorable for you, and that will be there until December. That Jupiter is paving the way for your work goals, for new work goals, and that Saturn is following it along and will manifest that good luck that Jupiter is shoveling up right now for you. Okay, so the Sun, the new moon, Mercury, and Mars are all in Libra for the whole world. But for you, Leos, it's going to transit in your 3rd house. It's going to bring light to all 3rd house matters this month. And that will be 3rd house is siblings. It can be your environment. It can be marketing locally. And it can be, let me think. Oh, your environment. Did I say that? Your environment too. It's teaching and education, so you might be on the Zoom thing, learning something or learning something on YouTube's. It is education, you know, and it's a lot of marketing too, marketing in your environment. So it could be also environmental affairs. That maybe your environment, maybe your community that you live in is doing. So that the sun is shining on that, and it will change on the 22nd to Scorpio in your 4th house. So that might make you a little bit more hibernating, but right now you want to get out and about in your environment. The new moon is in Libra. That we had that yesterday. That's the new promise that brings this month in Libra about partnership. Partnership in the 3rd. You could be partnering with your siblings, one of your siblings. You could be also partnering with someone in your environment. Maybe they're coming to your environment and you're seeing them. The Mercury is in retro. It's going backwards. That causes havoc with that 3rd house. So if you get a little testy with your siblings, it's going to straighten out by the 13th if it doesn't sooner. It could just be testy in communications with your siblings or partners in the environment. The Mars is very rebellious. It can be a go-getter. It can be energy-packed. It can be action-packed, you know, like action cartoons. And that for you is in your partnership. So that could bring a lot of sex. That could also bring a lot of partnership in your 3rd house of environment. And maybe you meet the person, if you don't know someone, in your marketing class that you're taking, or marketing. The Venus is what we are ruled by, what we desire, our creativity, money, and love, romance. The Venus for you, lucky Leos, because you all rule the partnership house anyway. It's a marriage house. It's a first marriage house. So that's going to be in your 5th house of romance, children, sports, recreation. So you're going to do a lot with sharing money with a partner, going on sport events with a partner, having recreational affairs, doing recreation, having fun with kids, with your partner. So it's going to be a great month for the Leos. It really is a good month for what I see for everybody, but Leos are good. The Jupiter is in Aquarius for you in your 7th house of partnership. So that could be starting a business with your partner that you're currently with romantically, or it might be whoever you partner with at work. You strike up more of a friendly chord with, or you start something spiritual. Maybe you start a spiritual group with your partnership. The Jupiter will go direct this month. As I said, all the big planets, 4 of them, are going direct. Finally, we went through the whole summer with it, all of them retrograde, and boy, did it got grueling. I know by the time October comes about, we've just had it. You know, we've had it up to here. So they're all going direct this month. So yay, yay for October. And the full moon is hitting the 9th house for the Leos, opposing all those Libra planets. So that could, full moon is going to be on the 22nd of this month when the sun changes to Scorpio, and it will cause a lot of new beginnings at a distance. So you might, all of this smacks with siblings and marketing and in the environment, and so some of that might start or begin for the next month at a distance. All right, Virgos, you are ruled by Mercury like Geminis are, so you are a little bit more affected, Debbie, by this action, you know, this transit of Mercury in retro. Okay, so you have the sun in Libra, the new moon in Libra, as it is for the world, the Mercury in retro in Libra right now until the 13th of this month, and Mars in Libra. All that Libra action points to partnership, as it is for every sign, but for the Virgo, it lights up your second house of money, financial gain, what you make that does not go to somebody else. It's all yours. So that would mean your bank account, you know, your savings account for you, not going to someone else, not paying out in bills. So you should see an enormous increase. If you are in a partnership, it will also be very good for a partner. It could bring in a partner through dealing with financial affairs. Maybe you go to the bank. Maybe you are dealing with a work situation that you're trying to get a contract with. You know, that can happen. Let's see where your Venus is. That Mars is pushing you in the money house, even though you might have some snarky shortcomings with Mercury. It's going to end on the 13th. That's not that too far away, where it will be going direct, but it won't catch up with where it was when it turned around until the 22nd of this month. So there could be some delays in that money coming to you, but by the, I'd say the 20th, you should have a vast improvement in your bank account, and it's all yours. It's money that you don't owe anybody. It's your possessions, what you value. So that should be very, very good this month for Virgos with money. Now that Venus, let's look at that Venus, where that is. That's romance, work. It's what you cherish, what you desire in life. It's your creativity. And the Venus is in your fourth house from October 7th to the 15th of November. So that's going to highlight for you. Venus will bring in, again, money in the home. So if you're working from the home, good for you. That's bringing in good. This whole chart for the Virgoian, you know, it smacks of money and financial gain. So that's very, very good. So the fourth house could also be real estate, anything you want to do in the home, creativity-wise. And you could meet a mate or a love around your home, around your environment, maybe not far from home. Maybe you're taking a walk or riding a bike or doing something, you know, near your home. It would be near the home or in the home, you know. Who knows? It could be the UPS man. That will be in Sag. So you will want to start travel plans now. You'll want to start communicating with travel agents, or you going on the computer and setting up a lot of travel dates in your home. You'll probably be doing it in your home. The Jupiter in Aquarius Jupiter is good luck. It's hitting in your sixth house of work and career. It kind of, again, suggests that your money situation is going to be to the top this month. You're gaining all your goals and also good health. That full moon, which brings promise to whatever the new moon started yesterday, is going to be in Aries, new beginnings in your eighth house. Eighth house is joint resources. It'll hit on the 22nd, and it will, it could, if you have a partner, maybe you want to start a bank account with them. If you have a partner in work, the same. If you don't have a partner, it could mean that, again, through some kind of financial situation, not far from the home, you could be in your bank, you know, taking out some money. It could be having something to do with real estate, or someone coming in your home or around your home to fix something or create. That's what I think this whole chart is talking about, is work in the home, gaining finances in the home, and for the home, and creating in the home. So that sounds pretty good. Great month. Libra and Libra rising, you are ruled by Venus, so pay extra attention to the Venus. All right, we have 4 events going on right now in Libra. Libra is about partners and legal matters. It's a very fair sign. It's a very friendly sign. So the sun, the new moon, the Mercury, which is going backwards right now, and Mars is all in Libra. That's a lot of events in Libra. And for the Libra, it's hitting in your first house of personal. So that's a lot. If you have planets in your sun sign, Libra, and by the way, happy birthday to all the Librians. You're all having birthdays now, and soon to be Scorpio. You're all going to highlight this month your personal house. What are your personal goals? Setting up new goals for the future. The new moon brought promise yesterday into that, and you will see a fruition on the 22nd. Mercury in Libra is going backwards, so it could bring some irritation right now in your personal life, but that will subside by the 13th. So that's when Mercury goes direct. With all those other planets that I told you about, the whole world is going to feel so much momentum and drive when all those 4 planets start going direct. You're going to really feel that energy change. Now, the Mars, which is action, it can be sex, it can be rebelliousness, it can be sometimes arrogance. That's going to be in your first house, pushing that personal button for you. It will be from September to the end of October. And your Venus, which is the romance house and your money house and where you put your creativity, will be from the 7th of this month to November 15th. And that for the Libra is going to be in your 3rd house of siblings, environment. It could be marketing yourself. It could be finding a love in the environment, finding money in the environment, playing the Powerball, that would count. It could be marketing, like I said, and siblings. So you might borrow some money from a sibling, or you might make a contractual loan with a sibling, or sign a contract with a sibling. It would be a lot of communications. That's communications too. And because it's in Sag, it might mean that you want to create a trip, take a trip. Take a trip with a sister or brother, or possibly take a trip in the local environment. You don't have to go far with that Venus in Sag, because it's in the 3rd house. And that's a lot of loving communication, and also communication about money. The Jupiter for good luck. The Jupiter for you is in Aquarius, as it is for the world. For you, it's hitting in your 5th house of love and romance, children, daughters and sons, sports events, and recreation. So that's good luck. And then it's going to go in your 6th house between January and December for good luck with just all around money. I'd be playing the Powerball like I think every sign should. The full moon is going to hit in Aries on the 22nd of this month, and it will hit in your partnership house. That could be very good. That could bring in the promise next month of a partner in the midst of partnership. And because everything right now is in your 1st house, it would be aiding your personal life. Now, Scorpios and Scorpio rising, you're ruled by Pluto, and Pluto rules the underworld, rebirth, and death. And so Scorpios are constantly revising themselves, rebirthing themselves. So you have the 4 events happening this month, as the world does: Sun, new moon, Mars and that Mercury retrograde all in Libra. For you, it's going to highlight your 12th house. That's I want to be alone. It's your shadow house. You want to do things alone. It's highlighting the 12th house. It might be good for you to retreat, meditate more, say more prayers, do things that are by yourself. And it doesn't mean that you don't like it. It means that you want to. That's where the energy is going. So in Libra is partnership. So you might be still involved with a partner, but maybe you're doing more things alone. Maybe you're taking more walks alone from your partner. Maybe you're involved in reading a book or looking at movies aside from your partner. But it's okay. It doesn't mean it's okay. Not okay. And for the Librian, again, it's partnership. And for the Scorpio, you know, it could be work with a partner. Maybe you decide you want to go into a new work environment with a partner, whether it's a friend or Libra. It could be a legal situation going on with a partner that you want to get a contract. So that could be that too. But whatever it is, you're getting things ready for that with the 12th house. So there's not a lot of action in that 12th house, but it does mean that, you know, you're getting things ready for that blast off next month. Next month it will be in your first house, so that's where you'll see the blast off happening from this shadow house. That Mercury is going retro in the 12th, so that might, you know, be some kind of irritation. Maybe if you are doing sports by yourself or walking a lot, maybe something comes up where you can't do it as much. But that's only till the 13th. After the 13th, it will subside and it will go on, whatever problems you've been having. And that would be, again, partnership, communication. Maybe you're not communicating so great with your partner, but that will subside. Where is Venus for the Scorpio? Venus is in Sag, and that's a happy Venus. It rules your creativity, romance, and money. And that's for you in your second house of money. It's what you value. It's your own money. It's not what you have to pay out. And it's good that Scorpio is a work sign, so it would be possibly maybe starting a new career, getting that money going with Venus. Maybe you're spending too much, or maybe you're not spending enough. Maybe you don't have enough money with the Mercury retro, but after the 13th it will subside. That Venus will be in Sag, in Scorpio, for the Scorpio between the 7th of this month to November 15th. So you will enjoy a lot more money situations and creating new money goals for yourself. So that's very, very good. That's like the Virgos are getting now. And your Jupiter, which is good luck, is in Aquarius. Aquarius is groups and friendships. And that for the Scorpio is in your 4th house. So maybe you're inviting more people over to your home, friends. Maybe you're having some new groups meet in your home or around the home. Maybe you don't have to go far to the group that you want to go to. But Jupiter is good luck, and for the world it means economic peace and more economic, greater economics for the whole world. So we all could use that, I would say. Now the full moon for you Scorpios will be in Aries, and Aries is new beginnings. And so your new beginnings will start up in your career. Maybe you want to start something new in career, or it's health. Maybe you came to a new milestone with your health, that you have new goals with health and healing. Maybe it is that you want to make money being a healer. That could be apropos too with all of that going on. But the full moon will be on the 22nd, and it is the promise of what started out yesterday with that new moon. All right. Sag and rising, okay, you're ruled by Jupiter, so you want to really pay attention to where that Jupiter is in your sign. You've got the 4 planets going on in Libra of partnership and law, legal matters, contractual matters. It's the sun, the new moon, Mercury Retro going on in Libra, and Mars in Libra. That's a lot of energy. And for you, it's going to highlight the Sag. It's going to highlight your 11th house of friendships, community situations. It can be also 11th house. If you're writing a book, it can be the finish of the book. Let's say you started a book 6 months ago or a year ago. It's the publishing phase that you're getting to with the Sag. It can be travel at a distance. So it could be traveling with a partner, making arrangements to travel with a partner or with friends. Maybe it's a friend that starts out as a friend that ends up as a partnership at the end of the travel. It can be, goals that you're setting, new goals that you're setting for the community. It also rules church and religion. So perhaps the Sag is, starting to go back to church or synagogue or a place of worship. That could be that too. But you would be doing it with a partnership probably, or you could meet a partner doing that. Now the Venus for the Sag is in Sag. So that's like double Sag going on. Sag is friendly, travel, friends, community affairs, things like that. It goes till October 7th to November 5th. And it would be in your first house of self. It would be a lot of self-love, a lot of self-pride, popular, looking very attractive. It's a great transit for a lot of harmony in your personal life. So it can be all that too. So that sounds really, really good. A lot of friends and a lot of Sag this month. Now Jupiter, which rules you, Sagittarius, so you want to pay attention to where Jupiter is. Jupiter, your ruler, will be in Aquarius, friends and groups, and it would be in your 3rd house of environment, marketing, siblings. Maybe you want to take a trip with some of your siblings. Maybe you want to travel around town. It would be local travel too. It could be traveling with siblings, or good luck with your siblings. And Jupiter goes direct. And it's really going to affect you. You'll feel that vavoom mid this month for Jupiter. It finally goes direct, like the 3 other planets will. Thank you, God. And then the full moon in Aries, which is beginning new projects, beginning new things. It's the promise of new beginnings, will be in your 5th house of romance, sports, education, children. The spotlight will also be on recreation. And for you, it would be beginning this. Maybe you're beginning a family. Maybe you're beginning some sports or doing more exercise or something like that. It would be fun. It would be bringing all that out. And it's a fire sign. So for the Sag to be in Aries, that's fire on fire. So that full moon is going to be very, very promising on the 22nd when it fires up. All that Aries fire. And you happen to be a fire sign too, so it's going to affect you greatly also. So there's a lot of vavoom this month because of all those 4 planets going finally direct. And we sure have deserved it, I think, for traveling through the whole summer with not really a whole lot of energy backing us up with these planets. So it is a really, really blessing that they are starting to move direct. Okay, that about wraps up the monthly forecast for all the signs. Let's get into some readings, mini readings. If anybody has a question, be patient with me because it's kind of hard to go through this. But let's see if anyone has any questions. Okay, hi Ann, good to see you. Let's see. Hi Martha, I didn't see you creep in. And Olga, Martha and Olga, blessings. Okay, Renee, hello. All right, let's see. Okay, Bobby, our government seems to be stuck in a holding pattern. Yeah, that's because of the major planets not moving, you know. So hopefully by the mid-month, we will start seeing a lot of that start moving. Hi, Nancy. Hello, hello, welcome. Okay, let's try to get into these questions. They don't always come up, so I always have a hard time finding them. Okay. All right. Bev, do you have a specific question? Okay, why is the computer so screwed up at work? Oh, that's easy. Mercury retrograde always does it. Yes, until the 13th, but really it won't get back until November 1st. So you might still have some glitches with the computer. Look what's happening to me right now. Okay, Rita, welcome, welcome. Let's do a question for you. All right, I'm picking the first 3 cards. You have this one, this one, this one. Travel would be especially good for you, Rita, right now. It could be coming in very suddenly, or you might not have travel right now, but like I say, it comes in suddenly. You want to look around you on that travel, because you could be meeting somebody then. Or it could be somebody wants you to travel that you know already. But there looks like sudden travel coming up that you didn't know about, and it has something to do with a love interest. It could be maybe someone asks you to travel that you don't know yet that is a love situation, and it blooms on the travel. So well, you'll have to let me know how that goes, okay? Okay, Olga, am I going to get a raise and when? All right, Olga, you're a Scorpio. Okay. Okay, Olga, you got this card, and this card. Let me show you that. Okay. Watch for some glitches with the bank. You might be, or a bill. These cards look at like that. It would be a ramification of a bill that maybe you're not supposed to pay, or it's something that's a mistake. So watch your bills as they come in, and also your bank statements. It looks like a raise more toward the end of the year. It might be November, but it does look like you are going to get more money at the job. And it's instigated by a woman. So I don't know if you work for a woman, or a woman would be the one that creates the more money, but it does look like it's created by a woman, and it looks more like November, and you should receive it by December. But you should know about it in November. All right, let's see. Okay. All right. Martha, oops, flipped it. Okay, well, it will be another trip, Rita. It's a fresh new trip. We're having, problems with these questions, but I am going to do it. I am persevering here. Martha, something about children, high school, would be happy there, and is he getting some financial aid? Okay. Well, I'll do it on a child, okay, because I can't read the first part. All right, Martha. Okay, you got this one, and this one. All right, with your question about school, it comes out favorable. I don't see anything adverse happening here. It might have something to do with some delay in something because of the Mercury Retro, but I don't see anything unfavorable about education in a child around you. It's a grandson. No, there's nothing that would be adverse. The only thing adverse might be a delay in going to the school or processing for the school, but the child will be safe. Okay. All right, Katie, I'm having such a hard time at work lately. I'm not sure where I fit in anymore, and let's see, do the joy I once had. Okay, I gotcha. All right, Katie is a loving Pisces like Bev. Let's see what work. Why is work? But you're going to get that Jupiter in the second house, in your money house. That's going to really age you in January if you can wait till then. You might not have to. You got this card, this card, this card. Okay. So in a 3, that's 3 weeks to 3 months. It might be like 3 months, but you're going to get an opportunity that you don't know about yet with work. It could be a partnership with somebody, and we've talked before about maybe partnering with a woman. Possibly it's that time where that woman appears. Before then, it looks like there's a lot of scurry around a home, or what you're doing in a home, or buying a home, or settling in a home. So I think whatever discord you're having right now probably is due to the Mercury retrograde. So I would say that whatever problems you're having, they will dissipate mid-month when all these planets start moving. But it does look like something new could occur in the beginning of the year for you, and it could have something to do with a partnership of in business. So perhaps that female partner is finally showing up for you. All right, let's see. What should I pay attention to health-wise, Bev? Okay. You got this, this, this. Okay. So that means health-wise, it would be around the limbs, hips and knees that you would want to look out for right now. I don't know if you've been not exercising, but I would maybe think that if you've been exercising, maybe you're doing too much. If you're not, you haven't been exercising, I'd get on the ball and start doing a little more. But that's the area you should pay attention to. All right. Let's see, who else? Oh, you're welcome, Martha. Okay. Don't see any other questions here. Do any of you have any other questions? Oh, Mud. Is it worth a battle to get my rent back from being coerced by my... Uh-oh. But I can't read that. Coerced by my... Shucks, it got lost. Oh, here it is. In the basement unit, this is a narcissist of any more dangers. Will I be... Okay. All right, I'll look on your home and see what's going on, because this system that Facebook has for answering questions, it's not good at all. So let's see what shows up for you, Mud. All right, you got this card, and this card. It looks like in a 2 you're saved, you're rescued. You know, it shows possibly a move, or somebody else gives you a different option in the home. Or if you're living with the narcissist person, maybe they move out or they leave you alone. It's in a 2 weeks to 2 months, shows a calmness finally settling in the home and the environment. And it looks like you get everything together and either move on, or they're leaving you alone finally. They're finding some other person to bully. So 2 weeks to 2 months, it looks like a resolve of what you're going through right now. And again, that's nothing but Mercury Retro in action, you know. Oh, gosh, it's such a hard transit to go through, but we're doing it. Anybody else with a question? Just looking around. Hi, Linda. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, Deborah. You got this one, this one, this one. And Deborah, with those 4 planets in Libra right now, that's all in your personal house, you know, getting your personal life in order, and that's going to help you out. The cards say that in a 2 to 6, it could be 2 days to 6 days, or 2 to 6 weeks. It looks like there is a resolve with an upset and around the home, and it looks like a contractual matter, so that could be a court situation. It all gets resolved in one blow. It's almost like you go possibly to court, or if you're doing it on Zoom, I don't know how they do it, but it gets resolved in that one visit or event. So it gets complete. There's nothing left over, and it gets fully resolved in a favorable way. So you won't owe any money to the court either. So that should be some good news. Okay, let's see. If you have time to draw a card for Bobby, I would appreciate it. I would love to. That's why I'm here. All right. Okay, Bobby, you've got this card, and this card. Okay. Yeah, Bev, just inbox me when you can, and we'll do that. All right, Bobby. Well, I show a lot of the events you've been through, moving. It shows the moving and getting things occupied and settled. But then it shows two men. One you might know already. I don't know, but it's someone in your vicinity or area. The other one comes out of the blue and could be from a distance, not a long distance, but it still shows a distance. So you may have two suitors around. I think you'll give up the one for the other, and I think you'll go for the new one, but that has to be your choice. But it does show a relationship coming up. So if you're in one already, it might be changing. Okay, let's see who else. Diane. I'm concerned about my son who is going through a lot. Okay. What is your son's name, Diane? If you can do that. Oh, you're welcome, Bobby. Diane, if you're still there, just tell me your son's first name. If not, I'll go ahead and shuffle. Elia, okay. You got this card, and this card. Okay, let's read the cards. All right, Elia shows up as a very sweet soul. I don't know if he's something's medically wrong, but I do feel like something's out of kilter health-wise. And he should, get a doctor's visit if he hasn't recently. It looks like he's trying to combat his way through life right now, where he should just kind of coast through the Mercury retrograde, but he's trying to do too much, and it's not going to work. If he just kind of lets go and lets God, and chills a little, everything will turn out much better for him. But he's trying to force things to happen, and that's not good through a Mercury retro. So the cards say a 5. In a 5, I'd say 5 days to 5 weeks, Elia will be starting some new projects. It could be even new work. But all this that has rained on Eliza looks like it's dissipating as all those planets are moving forward. But he's pushing against a river right now, and he shouldn't be doing that. Oh, you're welcome, Martha. God bless. Hi, Jonah. Let's see. Anyone else? You have a wonderful month too, Bobby. All right. I don't see anybody else. So, oh, you're welcome, Diane. I hope that helped. If any of you would like a personal reading with me, please go to www.cyndywallace.com or inbox me by messenger, or go to Goldison at AOL.com. And I really appreciate your patronage every month. And every Monday I do the weekly Astro news, so check in then every month on Facebook. You have a wonderful month ahead. Ashe, aho, namaste, aloha. Thank you. Good night. Have a safe month ahead. Love you all.